Welcome back. It's episode 25 after what I thought would be 2 episodes and actually turned out to be 4. Building the automation for the ore processing. So, I ended the last episode with a bit of an issue with the routing, which I subsequently realised is in fact just down to the fact I'd set one screw wrong, which I shall shortly go and attempt to remedy. And we're going to try and see if we can expand the system to make alloys, because if I can do that, then we are good to go. So, do we need anything while I'm in here? I would quite like to start closing in some walls, but we're going to need steel. No, let's just go and do that, shall we? Water's getting a bit low, and my lungs are definitely not very happy either, which is not good. Never mind. Deal with that in a minute. Right, so out here. So the issue was that this was generating an error, and this was generating an error because this was requesting to send to the 0th furnace, and that was happening because this was telling it to go to the 0th furnace, and that was happening because where's my, there it is, that memory there, which is the reagent destination over here, that there was not set correctly. This is doing the silly thing. There we go. Right, so the reagent destination was this was set, this is the request delivery point, and it was set to this memory instead of being set to that memory. So instead of it writing to there, then those two being picked up at this one, and then writing and updating these two and that one, it was writing the destination over there and the reagent over here, which meant that then this one picked up that one and that one, but that was 0, and then it went wrong. So this needs to be the request destination, not the reagent destination, because this is still dealing with the request. I want to make iron. It's only when it gets here it says I want the iron ore delivering somewhere, and then this is where it gets sent to. So there we go. Anyway, I think that should do the job. I'm going to colour code those memories so we know that that and that and that go with that. Fantastic. Right, so the thing I need to be able to do though, I'm just going to test that actually. In fact, do you know what? The thing I need to be able to do is to make some more electrum, so I'm going to request some silver, if there is any. Which, yes, there was. I saw it flick through. Did it vend? Oh, yes, there it did. Okay. It's dropped straight out of there. Ah, I know what's gone wrong. There is also a code error. Right, so we need to fix that. That's a code error in here. I'm adding one. I changed that the last time to add one to the destination. I actually should have attempted to deliver it here, which obviously wouldn't have worked, but let's reset that, shall we? It's better. Right, so we're going to need to fix that. In the meantime, the main thing I want to do was to get the electrum out, because I'm going to use this furnace just because I just have it ready to roll. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go... that goes there, that one can go in there so we don't have any accidents. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to throw that in there, and we're going to throw that in. Whoop, right behind it. Right, okay, so that hopefully will make 6 electrum, which is enough to make one more chip, and the one more chip it will make will be enough for us to make a reagent chip for alloys. Everything's set up, so it is now ready. I'm just going to chuck that in there and just get rid of it. Actually, I might not yet. I'll stick this in here for a minute though. I was just going to make some more gold, but then it occurred to me I might need it for something. Hang on a minute. Hang on. re-export that. So the fix I attempted to make last time here was actually made the situation worse. This is incrementing that by 1, so it's coming out 1 too far down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to re-export that, and then that's back to the code as it was saved in the library. Now it should work. I hope you're excited. I'm excited. Kind of. Hoping it does work. I'll be a bit annoyed if it doesn't, but I think it should be good. I think it could happen. It's pressurising really slowly. Right, come on, here we go. Pop. Right, and I'm just gonna reset everything else all the way up and down the chain, just to be on the safe side. I'll leave that one there because that's the one that drives the scale. I'm going to request some iron. So hopefully we'll get some iron. So it's sent the request there. There's no errors, that's a good start. There's also no iron. Why is there no iron? Have I broken something else? Did it receive the request? Yes, it was trying to send it to destination 1. Oh, why has that got 47 in it? Ah, it's got 47 in it because it sent the silver through. Okay, right, that's because I basically broke it the last time, so I just need to do one last fix on that. Oh, I had what I needed there. I'm going to change that. Wait, hang on, I'm going to do this in the right order this time. I'm going to change that to 0. I'm going to change that to 0, and I'm going to change that to 0. And then I probably need to reset the routing, and then hopefully... Yep. Oh, something happened. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. It's gone in. Right, okay. So not quite a clean run, but the iron ore got delivered to the furnace, which is now heating in an attempt to make an iron ingot. So let's see how it gets on. So it wants to pressurise to 10 kPa is what it's going to try and pressurise the cold fuel to. It's calculated that will be enough. I wonder whether I'm going to... you can hear this still loading up with more stuff, and over here this has done its thing, so that's enough for the next chip, so I'm going to turn that off. Whoops, no, wrong way. Thank you very much, you have done good service. Hopefully I don't need that too much longer, because hopefully over here, excitingly, that did not get hot enough to work. It reached 45. Okay, it didn't get enough pressure to work. That's okay, that's what this is for. So hopefully that will gradually adapt itself to the right level. I think it's because this fuel is coming in very, very cold. And that's okay. That's the point of the system. I'm going to leave that to its own devices, and hopefully when I come back it will have produced me some iron. In the meantime, I am going to head in here. I'm going to make another IC10. Get in there. IC10. And then I think literally all we're going to need is another 4 electrum. And I should be able to make the one I need to be able to make super alloys, which at which point I can make anything I need, really. I mean, subject to having the raw materials, which is a different issue. Okay, well, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go and eat and drink. This is working okay. Those two have got nothing in, so so that's not light enough. I need to make some more of those soon. That's fine. Go, that sorted me out for a bit. Right, okay. Good thing is, having got this largely under control, I need to make a new CO2 filter. I should be able to just start making the materials I need and continue with the build, which will obviously be good. So I had to mess about doing mining. Never again shall I have to go and mine. Right, there is that. First things first, let's okay, and import just to flush it out, and edit, and move to the library, and we this time are going to pick the, a little bit difficult to see, but we're going to pick the alloy configuration of the reagent requester. So this is exactly the same code as the simple reagent requester, except that in this bit of code at the end here where it pushes stuff to the stack, you'll see it's pushing two ingredients and amounts for each ingot it's going to make. And obviously the super does the same, but it's 3. So I'm just going to export that to this chip, and I'm just going to label that actually with so I know which one's which, just in case I should need them later. So we're going to call that one alloy. So these all look kind of the same. And I'm going to make another filter before I suffocate, because that's the sort of stupid thing I'd do. So let's do that. Whoops, click in the right place, that would help, wouldn't it? I wonder if I can make a medium filter. Oh no, I need silver, damn. Do need silver for more things than you realise, don't you? But there we go. Right. Make a couple of these. There we go. Turn that off there. Shred these. Okay, and back out, and the lights came on. I just want to burn a bit of gas out my jetpack, because I've just noticed I've got the soup waste tank warning coming on. Not that really makes very much difference, does it? But you know, at least I can swap that way around. So there we are. It gives me a second before I get the next warning. Right, so let's put that one in there. So that one was reagent basic, so this one is going to be called reagent alloy, which it already is. I've already done that. Okay, great. Right, so the pin connectors are going to be identical. So these are both going to be looking for the same inputs and writing to the same outputs, but they should never match. So that needs to be mem request hash, and that needs to be mem request dest. So let's go find them. Around here, mem request hash. Let's go the other way and see. Really ought to have had a standard naming convention on these, but never mind. Mem request dest hash dest hash dest, and that's mem request. That's unconnected, and then that's reagent hash, reagent quantity, reagent dest. As far as reagent hash, far. Reagent quantity. Reagent dest. Right, now hopefully... Right, reagent hash is to reagent hash. Reagent amount is to quantity. I should have called that quantity. Reagent send to is dest. I should have called that dest as well. Right, request dest and request hash. Okay, I think we're good. Right, this is still attempting to make some iron, which is interesting. It's now trying to get to a target of 13. I think we've run out of fuel, haven't we? Yes, we have. Right, okay, well, that's the next challenge then, isn't it? More fuel. I mean, that is a potential issue here, is that actually I'm going to use quite a lot of fuel. I already had some, right, that can go in anyway. Hopefully I should need less fuel once the adaptive chip gets things right, but in the short term, yeah, I'm probably going to burn through quite a bit of fuel while it tries to get the right level in order to get the pressure we want. I think what's been happening so far is it's been repeatedly undershooting, which means it part fills the furnace, lights the furnace, doesn't hit the required temperature and pressure, and then has to dump the whole lot. It's been turning it up, but not fast enough. I think that's probably what's happened, but anyway, longer term we can obviously generate volatiles from more sustainable sources, like compost or space rockets or both. Right, okay. Well, for now, that's a damn big hole, and yeah, that's just a damn big hole. Seems to have been vented. Okay, we'll risk it. Whoops. Smack my face on it. Okay, well, stuff is happening, but probably not fast enough. Okay. Let's check before I throw random stuff in there. No, that is not yet on, so I need to wait for that to be ready. It's getting there. Yeah, that's the sum amount. That's not what we need it to be, isn't it? So it's mostly pollutant, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, while that's doing this thing, may as well go and get some more. One good thing, it's very easy to see the volatiles from distance. I'm aiming at that bit right over there. I think this might be the main thing I end up storing to mine for. I forgot to check. I think we'll be alright. Oh look, there's some nickel. All that time when I couldn't find nickel, there's some right there. That always seems to happen. What would be really nice would be if I could then laugh about how I've suddenly found a load of silver. Hint, hint, game, hint. No. Oh well. Right, there we go. That should keep us going for a little while, shouldn't it? I might have to come up with a specific melt point for that. because that's going to take a little while to go through, but there we go. We might get away with it. Just in time. It's been gold, it's no good. I just saw something twinkling, I thought it was almost certainly going to be gold. Switch that over. That's one less warning anyway. Right, there we go. Okay. Okay, I didn't have the one that I selected that I thought I did, but never mind. That can go there. How much is that? Is that low enough? Yeah, that's on now, I think. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, I want to make sure that's actually running before I chuck more stuff in there. There we go, there's made my iron anyway, so that's a start. Right, now then. Did this now receive the next request? No, it did not. Hello, what are you doing? Okay, it was doing a shutdown cycle. Right. Okay, so let's try this and see if it works, shall we? Request steel. No, it's definitely not working because that's gone wrong. Stack underflow. So, what have I set wrongly now? Probably something on here. Request destination, request hash, reagent hash, reagent quantity. Oh, look at that, I've set it wrong again, the exact same thing, even though I checked it. You'll have been screaming at me on the video, won't you? I know. Right. It's very easy. I should have named these better. Right, there we go. I'm going to have to actually zero these back out again, aren't I? Because it's gone completely mad. Right, it is now working. It just doesn't know it's working. But we'll get there. At least I think it's working. Maybe it's not. That's got no value in it. That's got no value in it. 0, 0. Ah, that's got something in it, that's why. Okay, everything is calm. Now we'll try again. Request steel. Okay, well it didn't crash. But it kind of didn't do anything. That's interesting. I'm going to have to go inside in a second anyway. We'll hit request steel one more time. Then I'm going to have to go and sort my battery out. Oh, smack my face on the pipe. Get off. I don't have got time for that sort of nonsense. Not today. Right. We'll try again. Okay, so try and work out why that's not routing. That would be good. While I'm passing. Okay, so that's because it thinks that was already set up. So that might be as simple as that. Yes, it was, because this still had the settings from the time when the routing went wrong, so it thought there were no free furnaces. Right, I saw some more. So it's 2 iron gone through. A bit more iron. I don't know if that's all of it. I think it needs another 25. I'm not sure what that's set to, but... well, we'll see. It thinks it's happy, so let's see whether it's going to actually do it. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is not going to work, because that is not the right amount of iron, is it? No, that is actually messed up. Only just, but it's got 10 out. That's never going to work now. I'm going to have to reject all of that. Do it again, I guess. Right, let's try again. I don't quite know what happened, but it wasn't exactly a fair test of the system. It was clearly in a bit of a messed up state. In the meantime... oh, that's too full, is it? Okay, that's not so good. Maybe we'll go there now. I'm going to have to actually place it neatly, aren't I? And hope that it does actually go through. Right. Did that work? Did it not work? I don't think it knows whether it worked. I'm going to reset the furnace. That's going to go straight through. Incredible. This automation's all well and good, but it gets itself into a state like this. Oh, there we go. Let's at least see what it would have tried to deliver. 50 coal, 100 iron. It's not really the request though, was it? That's set to 25. I don't understand why when that's set to 25 and that was set to 25 it didn't dispense 25. I thought that was the whole point of that dial on the front of the machine. I mean, otherwise I'll have to set it so it's a higher amount, but it would be really nice if it would actually slice it as requested. So that sets it to 75. Tries to drop 75, but drops 20. Why the hell does it drop 25? Okay, well, whatever, it's done something. Okay, it's taken 25, it's melted it. It's gone up. Okay, okay, alright. Oh, yes. That's the right mix. As long as it doesn't try and throw anything else in, we're happy. It just needs to get to the right temperature now. Take that to take back in. Well, we'll see how it gets on. Right, of course the fuel mix that's coming in is now warmer than what it was previously. I assume that's now empty. Yes it is. That could turn off then, couldn't it? Really? Did not go through. Right, okay. That means all 3 of these centrifuges must be all running at full power. It says there's nothing in that one. Maybe this is just backed up in the wrong way. Maybe I need to put the bypass in down here. And only throw them into that last centrifuge. I guess that's what's happened, is that's backed up to go into that one, which means it doesn't go as far as that, which means it never even kicks in for the overflow. So I've set that up wrong, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay, well that's alright, I can fix that. Let's start by... probably turn the jetpack off as well, can I? A junction in there. Whoops, no. Must have had it, missed it. There we go, like that. Great. And then if I... oh, there's no charge in there. Of course there's not. There's no charge in anything, is there? Because of course there wouldn't be. No, I need to charge some stuff up. Right. So now if I... put an inlet on there. To be fair, that's probably slightly more convenient. I know I can't balance them on top now, but I can do this. Right, so then that should feed them in there. Right, okay, good, good. So at least we can reasonably easily recycle anything that gets messed up. Can we fit one more? Please say we can fit one more. That'd be really nice. I suspect I can't though. No. Okay, well I suppose I'll leave it there, and once it can, hopefully it will. Okay, that's going to take a little while just to churn through, but... ah, look at that though, just in time to see the steel be produced. Now I think I actually need to change this setting to shut that once it's made its thing. That's one thing that I'm just not sure is quite working, but in the meantime that was a nice easy way of getting some steel. So I'm kind of happy with that. I don't think I need anything else at the moment. So we'll leave that just to do its thing. It should shut down. It should know it's made it and shut itself down. And then in the nick of time I can get in here and sort myself out. We'll put the steel in there. That's probably a good place for it. Right, what I do need is grow lights. I'm going to make some more hydroponics. Oops. Oh, of course we need more electrum. Of course we do. We always need more electrum. Okay. It's a good idea, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, let's go and sort my stuff out. It's good progress. At least we've now got some automation of the ore processing. I can't really remember why I put that pipe there, probably because I thought I'd run it across there, or maybe because I just thought it looked good. Don't know. Anyway. Should be able to get another run in here. Question is, how many have we got there? 5. Yeah, okay, so we should be able to get there, and then we just put the grow light above that middle one. So about there somewhere. Nice. So that's empty. Get out there. That one's full though, so that can come back in here. And drink that one. Right, well. More potato seeds, always good. Any more potato seeds? Probably not. Oh. Right, okay. Don't worry about the critical hunger, I have a solution. Going to cook a potato or two. Ding. Right. Take that one, put that in there, do that. I wonder if it'll decay when it's in that state. I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave that in there for a bit and find out. It probably will. I need to put something in to stop that constantly flicking. It's kind of annoying. Right, good, okay. It's in fairly good shape in here. I guess the next thing is get those batteries charged up. So first thing is let's just doesn't really matter which one. Let's take one that's empty and switch it in there. Push. Throw that in there. Grab that from there. Throw that in there. Let's just flick that one over there. It's a nice easy one. Right, that's now fully charged. How's that looking? That's empty as well. That can go there. That's fully charged. That's fully charged, and that just leaves this, which is empty. That one by now is fully charged. There we go. Excellent. Right, so the only thing else I've got that needs a battery that is not fully charged is the mining drill. So hopefully that won't take too long. This is the fastest battery charger in the game, so let's do that. Chuck that across there. Okay. Everything is charged. In fact, I might even be able to make a longer life battery for... Yes, I could. I'm going to make a couple of these then. No, I'm not. I'm going to make one because I only got enough gold for one. Didn't notice that until after it nearly finished. And I was like, hang on a minute, that doesn't work. Right, that's that. So if I put that into the mining drill, it's a smart plan. And, well, actually we've got so many batteries. I'll chuck one in there. We'll put it into that filter the next time I go in. Good. Right, you can turn off because I don't need you anymore. Not at the moment, at least. Is there anything in there? No, it's still in here, isn't it? Yeah. A small but not hugely worth having amount in there. Okay. Could probably throw the emergency suit away now. Although I know if I do, I'll have some horrific accident in 2 seconds, so perhaps that's not so wise after all. That liquid pipe, that you may as well go through there. Gradually getting tidied up. Okay. That's good. And we have actually still got a few seeds left in here, not many. There we go. Bit of an improvement from where things were not awfully long ago. If I put some chutes on that, I could preload it with a bit more. It would require less frequent changing. If I've got... No, chute starts with a C, not with a V. I don't need any Vahoots. Right, okay, I need to go get some more iron. So that's going to be the next thing, is to either move these machines closer to the ore hall or bring a chute so that we can request stuff in here and have it delivered directly. But until I'm fully trusting that that system is completely working, it's done a few weird things as we've seen. I think I'm probably happier with having to go and get it each time. Hopefully 18 was not too many. Keep that shut in case of a storm. Right, I think I'm going to try and take a look at that code and just see whether I can figure out why that's not shutting the furnace when it finishes. Well, I mean, it's not, because it's obviously telling it to open, but I'm going to modify it so it tells it to shut. If I've got any electrum in here, or silver in here, to make electrum. It's loading at the moment, which doesn't really help when I'm searching. Maybe the next thing we need is some sort of display that shows how much of everything is in here. That would be very cool. It's just a bit of a pain because you've got to search through every single slot, which is quite computationally expensive, but it is doable. I don't think there's any silver in there at all. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Oh well. No more electrum for me for a little while. That still won't fit in there either. Okay, hopefully that's close enough that it'll pick up. Oh, it's still not done. Right, I'm going to look at that code. Import that, and let's have a quick edit. Come on. Hello? Oh, there we go. I actually thought the game had crashed then. That took a really long time to open. Okay, right, so the issue must be in this piece here. So we're cooling it down, so we're turning the blue light on, we're cooling it down, and then the open is whether or not the target hash, and that's why. So once we say thank you very much, you've made what you need, the target hash is 0, what's in there is then 0, so that it then opens it. So I need to just put a slight, now I've only got one free line of code to play with here, but I need to modify this to say what do I need to say? I need to how am I going to do this in one line? Because what I really want to do, if I had 2 lines, is I would say set equal to Z, one of the registers, let's call it R5, if target hash. So if target hash is 0, then set that to 0. Then no, I need to say NES. So if it's not 0, that will then R5 is 1. And then I'd multiply that R5 by the R3. but I've got no more lines of code. I'm going to have to... Oh, that's it. Right, yeah, just delete that. There we go. Job done. Okay, that's simple. So then we'll just put multiply R3, R3, R5. So what that will do is this will be true if what's in... this will set R3 to 1 if the recipe that the furnace is going to make is it's got the same hash as the target. Right, that's doing that already. And if the it's not target hash, is it? It's if the recipe hash... actually, it really doesn't matter if either of them. So if the target hash is not 0, sorry, then R5 will be 1. So if R5 is 1, R3 will be either 1 or 0, depending on whether or not the recipe it's going to make matches the target. However, if the target is 0, then R5 will be 0, and then it doesn't really matter what the value of R3 is. It will always end up, when we multiplied it through by 0, being 0, which means it will never open when there's no target. And that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to now save that back into the Advanced Furnace Control Automated. I'm going to overwrite that. I'm going to confirm it. I'm going to export it. Then I'm going to do something urgently with my waste tank before I freeze or suffocate because it's full. And then I'm going to take that, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to come out here and put that back in. That should stop it doing that annoying thing where as soon as it's empty it opens the handle and everything you then put in goes straight through, because I think that's causing some problems, because I think then when the first reagent arrives it's potentially possible that not enough time has passed and it's still busy emptying it. Okay, there we go. Now, I also said I needed some more iron, so I'm going to request some. And there it goes. Whoosh. This is really not coping well with the... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to move the gas store closer or use insulated pipes. I think the insulated pipes actually is probably the thing. So I'll need some silicon as well. I've already got some steel, but I'll need some silicon to make that, so I can do that. I think the problem is when I put some fresh ice in the ice crusher, it's getting volatiles coming through at about 20 degrees C. And then that has a whole set of settings it needs to calculate the target pressure. But the longer it's in there, the more it cools down until it ends up, as you can see here, at like 184 Kelvin, which is cold. It's like minus 100. Which means it has completely different combustion properties. So it then gradually adapts until it's pointing at minus 89. So it then adapts so it's working for fuel at minus 89 degrees. And then I throw more volatiles in there at 20, so then it's wrong again. So I think it's constantly overcompensating in different directions. So I think I need to, yeah, maybe insulated pipes is just a simpler solution. The main tank is already inside to avoid the extremes. I think that's probably the smart solution. It's probably why I've been having a bit of trouble with the other furnace periodically as well, where it's been taking longer than I expect to get to the right operating temperature. It's a tricky one though, because for the gas fuel generator I'd actually want the fuel to be as cold as possible, but for the furnace I want it to be as predictable as possible. And until I've got a constant throughput of ice, the only way to really achieve that is probably to insulate the pipework. Yeah, okay, well. Out of interest in the meantime, how's the hotline looking? Okay, even the hotline's actually quite cold. Although we've got some reprocessable volatiles in there that didn't burn. So that's actually a good thing. might try and connect that to the main waste with a temperature controlled valve. Obviously every time this fires it warms up somewhat, but that's good, that's keeping it from completely liquefying. But I think that would be a really good idea to actually just start processing some of that off, because I could sort of set it up just into a dump tank as a fairly simple starting point. Yeah, this is now wanting to go to triple the calculated pressure. So it calculates the pressure based on a formula that assumes 20 degrees, right? So and uses that to go, how hot do I need to get in order to hit the correct smelting temperature? It's kind of made a bit worse by the fact that I always aim as close as possible to the bottom of the range. So if you look at an iron ingot, to make it, we need to get to 900 Kelvin. So I'm basically aiming at, I'm actually aiming at, and to be fair, I'm aiming at 1200. But nonetheless, that is a problem. I'm also aiming at 100 kPa, and I suspect it's not hitting the 100. I might need to just tweak these and say actually try and get that to 10% higher or something. That might waste less gas doing that. That's an adjustment. Oh, let's go for it again. Right, see how it doesn't keep opening the handle and stuff so much now. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not actually hitting the 100 kPa. It's hitting the right temperature but not the right pressure. So I'm going to modify the code to put a little bump in that pressure. The risk is obviously what you always want to avoid, is it overpressuring and blowing the furnace up. That's the kind of catastrophic failure, but this is still a failure. It's just not base destroying. So I think at the bottom end I'm going to modify the recipes, which is this chip here. Obviously that's not going to help on this cook, but I'm going to just manually adjust the low pressure ones to be just a bit higher. I could build something into the code to round them all up, but then obviously it's going to round the high ones up even more. And a number of the sort of super alloys in particular have narrower ranges. So adding, say, 10% to those could actually make it quite difficult for it to work. Whereas I think a more smart solution would be to manually edit the settings that we need. Whoops. In a minute. Right. Okay, so to be fair, I've already put a bit of a bump in there, haven't I, already? So instead of hitting that, let's try and hit 150 on those. That should just give it a little bit more. It's these that it's generally undershooting on. Right, I'm not going to mess with any of these higher ones. If I find any others that it's just consistently not making, I'll tweak the code. And obviously I'll update the workshop accordingly. The good news is I'm recording this some weeks ahead of when it will actually go out, not least because I know I've got some travel plans that I need to fit around, so that means I've got a bit of time just to tweak it on a few more episodes. So by the time you get the version that you might have uploaded 2 episodes ago when you would have built this chip, or maybe even 3, actually I may well have been using it for 3 or 4 weeks and adjusted it, so we shall see. Well, maybe not 3 or 4 weeks, but a couple of weeks. So it may not need a change, so your values may differ. Anyway, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Right, so it's interesting though, isn't it? Because that's saying 1.12. I'm wondering if it's actually not writing it quite correctly here. Don't know. Anyway, this is busy doing its thing. Is there gas? There is gas. It is cold gas though. Yeah, I might... hopefully we'll just do it. Obviously this is quite a waste because it's just not finding the right temperature, so I do need to sort that. Last time it looks like it got nearly there, because that's, I think that value is what it got to the last time. Yes, there we go. Right, so that has now worked. Now the question will be, up here, when it detects... Oh, it's already shunted the values down here, hasn't it? Okay, so that's gone to 1.12 again. That's the silicon. If I request another iron, what do we get in here? 2.12. Okay. Oh, of course I'm doing a rounding, so actually the pressure divided by 100. Or am I dividing the pressure by 1,000? Anyway, power critical. I don't have time to stand around and think about it. I think that's the problem. I can only do it in increments of 100. That's why. So instead of doing it, I can't do 120 kPa. I can do 100 or I can do 200. So that's my mistake. I will remedy that before you see it, I hope. But there we go. At least you were here belatedly when I found out what I was doing wrong. As with so many other things. Right. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, well, setting those up to 150 should then round them to 200, so that should actually resolve the problem. Because then if it undershoots, it really doesn't matter. And as long as it's at least half of what it was aiming at, it should be enough. So that should be a lot more reliable. It might even solve the problem. I may not even need to worry so much about the silicon in that case. Right, now, I think I'm going to have to actually vent my waste tank. I didn't really want to because it's quite useful as jetpack fuel, but not got so much of it. Oh well, it will be useful to create some more atmosphere. Yeah, look, this is getting dangerously breathable. We mustn't have that. Actually, it's very hot in here now. It's 37 degrees. Blimey. There we go. Dump that. That'll be fine. Okay. So that solves that problem. Yeah, it is hot in here. I've not really realised how warm it had become. I'm assuming that's off the back of this heat exchanger here. Should have kept that out, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's because the water in there is at 55. So it's doing its job. It's actually equalising the... pressures. I could do with a meter on there so I can just read whether we've got any fuel left. In fact, what we could really do with is the alert system, but I need more electrum to set that up. So for now, I'll see if I can at least put a pipe meter on it. This makes it a bit easier to manually read. Oh yeah, I didn't put the copper in yet, did I? Copper, the iron in yet. Go. Let's just bosh that off there. Actually, no, that was fine. Right, okay, that's good. I can see that now. Yeah, so that is really cold, which is good for that and bad for that. Right, gonna add some more volatiles, I guess. No, you're not going in there. Go over there. Go on. Get down that hole. Right. Nope. Completely missed it then. Good. Right. Okay. That's all shut down. Yep. Did the centrifuge ever pick up the last bit of... Oh yes, it did. Nice. Okay. Right. Starting to think about having a second drill soon as well. Although I've got to fix up that hole first. See whether we're actually getting to the point we've got any silver yet. Wow, 1 silver. Amazing. Assuming that's not because I've got another massive stack. No, of course it's not. Okay, oh well. Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, that has made successfully on both of those. Good, right. I probably need to colour code some of these. It's quite hard to judge what's what. Not sure what colours I really need, to be honest. Okay, what I am going to do is I'm going to make some nice walls for in here. Actually, I might even start on a second furnace. I can't automate it, so there's no point in going completely crazy. But having a second furnace would be very cool, because it would mean I could make 2 things at a time just by hitting the buttons. Oh, look at that, with the moon going across the front. That looks actually really weird. It looks like it's kind of just the moon's really, really near us. That looks really weird. Yeah, that's mad. Huh. Anyway, there we go. Should have put steel in here, shouldn't I? I don't think I've got anything in here at the moment. Nope. Well, easily fixed. Just eject literally everything I own. Right, now, in the meantime, I did make that to go in there. And I made that to go in there. Steel. Get in there. Right, there we go. Okay. So we're going to make some flat walls. Oh, I should have put some of the iron in here as well. I want to make a couple of roll covers. Oh. Right, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. Right, let's make a couple of door kits. It needs copper as well, doesn't it? I forgot about that. Shouldn't have put the copper back in. One day I'll get this stuff right. Oh, there's only 2. Alright, well I'll make some more copper while I'm next out there, I guess. Alright, fine. Well, let's make some steel sheets. That I can do successfully. that should be enough to put something on those walls. So I'll come out here, I'll do that, and I'll request some copper. Never run past this without topping it up. Come on, there it is. Nice. Right, okay. So I do want some copper, which is there. Let's get those on there. Go. That's better. Oops. We are. That's starting to look quite smart in here now. Why has it made that mess of a mix? That's no use to me, is it? Something not got reset correctly, that's for sure. Let's reset the whole system. It's trying to deliver something else somewhere. Okay, well, I think we'll just reset that. Still not quite right, but there we go. Right, let's try that one again. I'd like some copper, please. Unless we just don't have any copper. That actually could be the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. There is no copper. It's interesting. So the deep miner copper reserves are clearly quite low. Right, that's why that went wrong. Now I've got a load of... all my copper's now tied up in a load of dirty mess here. Let's just see any... No, I was going to say the only thing is if I had any more iron, but I don't think that's going to work. Right, okay, well that's the problem. Okay, so this isn't quite as effective as I'd hoped because it actually turns out... oh, there's some more dirty ore. It actually turns out that there's not a very good balance of materials down there. Anyway, see if we can find a trader. Galactic gravels. Well, that could actually be useful at this point. Quite a lot of materials. I could potentially sell some. definitely not the right way, is it? Void vending. Oh, that's a 5x5. We are not equipped for that to land. That's a shame because I just skimmed right past it. Oof, that's nice though. Look at that. Bang, right on. Yes, let's interrogate you. Get him to land and see whether he's got either anything interesting to buy or sell. But if he's selling silver, I'll take some. If he's selling copper, I might take some as well. And then hopefully he's buying ingots of some sort and I can mass produce them. That would be beautiful. We'll see. Yes, down you come. And at some point I will continue extending this out here. I know it was originally planned several episodes ago, but I feel that that was worth doing in terms of... Oh, so noisy! It was worth doing in terms of ore production. Right, so... okay, what does he want in his cardboard box? Soup, more soup, more soup. Food of various sorts. Well, yeah, okay, that's not so good. My issue is that I'm going to run out of money. Oh, and he hasn't even got any silver. That was the thing I most wanted, honestly. But it's not worth buying a 50 stack of copper. That will use more than half of my remaining money. Unprocessed ore. It's an interesting risk because you never know what's in unprocessed ore, but on the other hand I've got 4 centrifuges, so maybe I'll buy 5, which is for a whole space euro. Okay, nice. Of course it's probably, where's it put it now? Probably in the vending machine. Oh yeah, of course it'll be in this vending machine here, won't it? Of course it will. Oof, that's popped. That's not too good, is it? Okay. Did not hear that go, although I expect back when I listen to the video back at some point I'll probably hear it happen. But okay, I need to fix that. Oh, the lighting's going crazy. Right, so there should be in here now some dirty ore. Well, either way, yes, there was some reagent mix, which I think is what it was, but I'm going to have to go in and sort my power out. Right, I think that's probably as much as we've got time for, to be honest. I should have shut that door behind me, though. So I'm going to change my battery, I'm going to fix that pipe, and then that will do for today. But hopefully that's been useful. At least I've been able to demonstrate that the MAD plan works. Which is great. There's going to be no iron in here now, is there? Because I put it in the other one. Of course. Yeah, right, okay. Let's make another pipe. Right. In here, drink some water. Out there, fix the pipe before something pops. There we go. So clearly still bottlenecked with Electrum, but we're moving in the right direction. Actually, I could be smart here, couldn't I? I could do that, and then that could go in here where it's warm and toasty. Then I could take that and just, whoops, once you open your helmet, doesn't it? Drink that. Stop whinging. So annoying. Right, there we go. Oh, since she's left in there. That can go in there. That can turn on. At least I'll be starting the next episode fed and watered. Ding. Right. Oh, look at that. Didn't even need all of it. Let's get that, put that in there. Right, yeah, I mean, this will be good for some serious expansion. Um, Maybe then I will actually be able to make all that soup you wanted to buy. Shut my helmet before I go out there. Although it's hot out there now, so at least I probably won't destroy my lungs, but I probably can't breathe either. Right, okay, so let's get this done. Let's just drop that down there. Oh no, it's in here. Let's do that. I can put it away while I'm here, can't I? We'll put them all away. Go. Right, fix the pipe, shut the door, and then I think we'll call it a day. But yeah, we've got some steel made. A few things not quite working. I think there'll be a few more episodes of working out some of the glitches in the system, but there we go. In the meantime, let's shut that there. Right, there we go. So I think that's it for this episode, but we now have at least a working, fully automated ingot production system. Well, I say fully automated. Next thing will be to make the system actually just request whatever it calculates it needs, but I think I'd just like to know that this bit's working first, so there we go. Anyway, good. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to see you on the next episode. As always, subscribe and comment if you have anything to add. I will read all of the comments. As I say, I am at this point recording quite a way ahead when these will come out, because I know I've got some travel coming up when I won't be able to record, so I may have already got several episodes further by the time you see this and leave me any comments, but I will read them, and if I haven't already done things that are suggested, I may pick them up then. Anyway, I will see you on the next episode.